everyone, I'm Shaloo. Welcome to my channel where I post videos related to books. If you are new here, then do subscribe to my channel for new bookish videos every week. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the fabulous books that I read during the month of July. From thought-provoking classics to contemporary gems, my July wrap-up is overflowing with literary magic. So without further ado, let's get started. Kicking off July with a dash of whimsy and wonder, In the Lives of Puppets by T.J. Klune took me on a spellbinding journey through a futuristic fantasy land. Giovanni Lawson, an android and an inventor, has built a home deep into the forest where he lives with his human son Victor and two machines that Victor salvaged. Rambo, a people-pleasing vacuum cleaner, and Nurse Ratched, hilariously blunt and a little bit sadistic. Victor, Rambo and Nurse Ratched discovered a damaged and decommissioned android whom they name Hap, and they try to restore it. But their well-intentioned efforts to restore Hap cause a series of events that unearth Giovanni's past and threaten their future. Soon it becomes clear that machines have no room for humanity in their plans. I loved this book. This enchanting tale weaves together heartwarming relationships, charming characters, and laugh-out-loud moments that left me utterly captivated. If you want a book that includes adventure, romance, diverse representation, fantasy, and sci-fi, then this is the book to read. Next up, Kitchen by Banana Yoshimoto graced my reading list, and it was an exquisite literary experience. Revolving around the theme of dealing with loss, Kitchen has two stories with two young women as protagonists and their perceptions of life and death. This novella touched my soul with its touching exploration of grief, love, and the solace that we find at unexpected places. Yoshimoto's lyrical prose resonated deeply, and I find myself pondering over its themes long after the final page. The next book I read is My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier, one of my favorite writers. The book entangled me with its atmospheric web of mystery and suspicion. My Cousin Rachel is the story of obsession. Philip is a young man who is grieving over the loss of his cousin Ambrose, who had raised him. On a trip to Florence, Ambrose falls in love with Rachel and marries her. When Ambrose dies suddenly, leaving his young heir and his widow Rachel behind, Philip is determined to hate Rachel. Rachel returns to Cornwall and finally meets Philip. Rachel is a mystery. Always there, always watching, sometimes comforting, sometimes terrifying. There is jealousy, deceit, and such an obsession in this wonderful tale. With du Maurier's wonderful storytelling, every plot turn, every twist made me question the motives of the enigmatic Rachel. This is a true classic that will keep you guessing till the very end. Highly recommended. Next up, I delved into romantic comedy by Curtis Sittenfeld as I needed a light-hearted escape. The story follows Sally, who is a sketch writer at a late-night comedy show. That's how she meets Nora Brewster, a pop musician who has signed on as a celebrity guest. What follows is an insightful exploration of love, dating, and all its messiness. This delightful novel explores love, relationships, and the comedic mishaps that often come along the way. I laughed, I swooned, and I enjoyed Sittenfeld's witty take on modern romance. And next I read Kafka on the Shore, which had been on my TBR since ages. Visiting the surreal world of Haruki Murakami was quite an experience. This was the weirdest magical realm I have ever read. Fishes falling from the sky, a man talking to cats, a man obsessed with the idea of creating a flute with the souls of cats, a man killing another man while the actual murderer is somewhere else. But in spite of all its weirdness, I kept turning pages. The desire to know more about Kafka and Nakata and how their story intertwines kept me hooked till the end. Kafka on the Shore left me entranced by its dreamlike narrative, eccentric characters, and the mystical connection between reality and dreams. A beautiful, bewildering journey that only Murakami can craft. Next up, I ventured into Indian classic literature with Nirmala by Munshi Premchand. It touched my heart and stirred my emotions with its heartbreaking story. The novel follows the story of Nirmala, a young girl who is forced to marry a widower of her father's age. Her husband suspects an illicit relationship between Nirmala and his eldest son, a suspicion that leads to the son's death. This thought-provoking novel delves into social issues, family dynamics, and the struggles of Nirmala. This is a powerful portrayal of a woman's heart-wrenching journey through mismatched marriage and adversity. If you like Hindi novels, then reading this timeless classic is a must. Moving on, I read Cecilia Ahern's latest novel in 1,000 different ways. The novel follows the story of Alice, a woman who can see people's auras as colors, which allows her to see the best and worst in people. The characters are all well written and beautifully diverse. The way the author visualizes Alice's colors was gorgeous. This one definitely took a little while to get into, but ended up being enjoyable. Next up, I read Chotu by Varut Gupta and Ayushi Rastogi. The story is set in the turbulent times of partition and describes the socio-political life of that era through the lives of Chotu and the other residents of Chandni Chowk. The illustrations are good, but the story didn't make much sense. Too many themes are incorporated in the story and it makes it rather a confused tale. The filmy story and the ridiculous plot didn't work for me. I wrapped up July with the psychological thriller The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. It's a very addictive read which is so hard to put down. It tells the story of Millie, who is out of prison on a parole and is looking for a job. When she gets hired by Nina and Andrew as their live-in housemaid, she thinks that she has found her dream job. But soon she finds out that Nina is so difficult to live and work with. The book was entertaining, but the ending was kind of predictable. If you're looking for something fun, easy and thriller to read, then this is the book for you. Besides these 9 books, I also picked up The Eighth Life by Nino Harashvili. As you can see, it's quite a thick book, almost 940 pages long. I have read almost 400 pages in July and I hope to finish the book in August. So I'll talk more about this book in my August wrap-up. And that brings me to the end of my July wrap-up. Each book brought something special to my reading journey. And I hope that you found some new additions to your own TBR list. Have you read any of these books? If yes, then do share your thoughts in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, then do not forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel for more literary adventures. Also follow me on Instagram and Goodreads for more bookish updates and discussions. And I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye and take care.